Hi, it's Chuck from Dig in Brooklyn, the garden shop, and today we're going to build a terrarium, sort of, with succulents. A true succulent cannot be covered in an ecosystem. It'll get too moist in there. So what we're going to do is kind of a dry bed terrarium container. It just won't have the lid on it. So here we've got some pea gravel. Then take the Dig secret here of taking landscape cloth so it keeps the soil clean. What we're going to do is just add, and I use a cactus mix. All cactus mix is soil that has a loose base to it. So it has kind of a porousness, because you don't want your terrarium plants to sit in moisture. So what we've got so far is the soil, with the stone, the fabric, and then the soil. This is also the time where we'd add a little charcoal. I sprinkle that on the top, mix it in a little bit. That just keeps the soil fresh. So what we've got here is 3 different choices that adds variation. First, our little one here. And we're being very careful here. We're taking them out. We're trying not to disrupt the root system too much, because we're going to make our little nest for this plant. And slowly, as carefully as our big hands can do, we're going to drop it in to the base of our terrarium. And then we're going to dig that up, just cover that a little bit so we know it's covered. We're going to make another nest. We're going to take our second choice, do very much the same, turning it upside down, trying to not disrupt what we've got going here. Put that in. Into that hole. Very nice. That came up higher, which is really good. And again, adding a little more soil here, so that while we're doing this, it can be covered up a little bit more. Again, we're transplanting carefully as possible, not disrupting the base. Oop, and putting that carefully into our thing, into our glass. Then we're just adding more soil on top of these, like I'm doing here. And you're just taking a spoon at a time, using it as a shovel, so that you're not covering your succulents completely. You've got your things planted. You're making sure that they're all separate and in their own little zones, so to speak. This is when you add the top layer of sand. I'm using just a regular play sand that you would use in the playground setting, and I'm just putting that on top. And I like the variation of it, so that I'm creating something besides just a sandy top. So what I do, just have this where it goes across. All right, and what I've done is put the line of sand this way. Now this is when you can add this succulent mixture. Now this is a seeded moss type of succulent. So what it does is it comes in this moss form, and it cuts. So then I'm placing that in to the side. What you can do now is press your sand down. You can take the other part of your spoon and make the sand go down into the plant, and it'll fall into the bottom layers. After it's done, just to get the sand off of the rim, it's kind of great to just take your rinse. So thanks very much. This is how you build a terrarium with succulents.